Crowd is building and will build throughout the day. And this is the Pool B match, should I say. Fiji in action for the first time today. Their captain, Buthago, such a great player. William Ryder, what more can you say about this guy? 98 career tries, 928 points in his career. Scotland will be up against it, there's no doubt about that. They haven't been exactly on fire so far this season, but they've got some players who can make an impact, the likes of Scott Forrest and Mike Adamson. They will be outsized and probably outgunned for pace as well. Let's see how much of a fight they can put up. We've already seen one boil over today. KT, welcome into the commentary box. Canada getting up over Argentina, so nothing is impossible in this game.
Exactly right, Sumo. And that's the beauty of the sevens, isn't it? Such a short time, a couple of tries, and anything can happen. You see referee Taizo Hirabayashi from Japan. Actually was my translator when I was playing over there, so needless to say I was pretty average.
Saw you saying hello to him, konnichiwa, earlier today.
Fiji here though, Sumo, looking very determined, always turn up and play well. Huge support for them.
Match number 5.
Looking to start the tournament off with a statement, that's for sure.
Well, runners-up in George KT, Cup semi-finalists in Dubai, so they are there or thereabouts in terms of being on pace in this tournament. Second in last year's series, and currently second as well behind New Zealand in this year's series. Let's see what they can do in their opening match of the weekend. The kick-off is a high one. Not contesting for it, was too wide. And in fact, Fiji will get the ball back. And look out for Lotumailangi today as well, the playmaker. Fiji always have so much patience with ball in hand. No patience from Golinisau though. State of him, what pace, what acceleration, what hair.
Yeah, he's got a great do, Golinisau, but it all came from a missed tackle, and that's what you definitely cannot do in your own quarter against Fiji. It all came from the kick-off. Durotu and Votu working hard in the air, created the turnover. In the end, they took the ball wide, used the time, just the right-hand fin.
So it's Yuta Lotumailangi to attempt the conversion. Looks pretty good from here, it is good. So Fiji, less than a minute gone, out to 7 points to 0. Look at the fan, look at the step. That is just out and out pace, KT.
Smooth as you please, too easy. So Scotland really do need to get this kick-off, get their hands on the pill.
Golinisau again, a good kick-off. Up contesting for it, something Fiji have always been exceptionally good at. Too wide now. Some more Dago boots in action, and there's a real risk of Fiji running riot in this game. Scotland don't really know what's hit them, and the penalty goes to Fiji as well.
Such an important piece is to take the quick tap here. They got numbers right, Fiji.
Votu it was who took the quick tap. Lotumailangi, half through. Can he reach out? He does. They're on fire.
They've had all the ball so far, Scotland. The ball's coming to them. Someone needs to take charge from the kick-off. Tap back once again from Burotu, the number 1, Sidamaya. Created the opportunity. Lotumailangi once again. Just easy as you please. They take it across, they fish it back or bring it back to the blind side. Look for lazy forwards, the mismatch. Little man on a big man.
Well, all the talk, of course, KT, surrounding William Ryder, and rightly so. He's a super player, but Lotumailangi in that playmaker role, always capable of something. Kick is no good, so Fiji retain a 12-point lead in this one.
It's a beauty when you've got multiple playmakers. You can chop and change as you see fit, depending on who you're playing. See if Scotland can get their hands on the pill.
Chasing hard as Votu gets up again. Scotland yet to have the ball in hand. Great work there as well by Golinisau. And we get to see him in action again. And he is quick. Still got the ball in hand. Hint of a knock-on. In fact, they will take the knock-on. Buthago, the skipper, just unable to control the ball, and referee Hirabayashi blows up the first scrum of the match, and Scotland will get some possession.
They just look likely every time they get the pull down. Sumo, Fiji, so dangerous. Fargo, so quick off the mark. Really do have to muscle up here, Scotland.
Engage.
Scotland under pressure. That pass looked forward but not called up, so they have a chance to attract through Dewar. Gets the arm free and he feeds it back to Turnbull. Turnbull intent, turn finding Scott Forrest up to the halfway line, and this is good productive stuff from the Scots. Just crabbing across field, trying to find some numbers. As Lee Jones gets the legs pumping, but they've lost the ball again. And Bula it is. And he finds Boruto, and he has not even got out of first gear. Strolls over for Fiji's third try of the match.
He deserves it. Boruto has been commanding in the kickoffs, tapping it back. Pretty easy try in the end for him. Scotland looking likely there, running some great lines. You see here, just pokes his head through. Does Lee Jones, gets isolated. They're quick on the ball. Rutu Mailangi doing the hard yards. When you've got a man with this pace and size, always going to be a mismatch.
He's a continent. Look at the state of him. The conversion will be waved away again, so Fiji 17 points to 0. Sarah Boruto, my lord. Fans enjoying a bit of water. That will be the only shot of anyone drinking water we'll see today, I would venture. Spillani Sal gets things underway again. His kickoffs have been fantastic from Fiji. Couldn't quite bring that one under control, and Scotland have the advantage for a knock-on and a chance to show what they can do with ball in hand once more. Keen to get it wide to Turnbull. He has to turn around. Fiji in hand in the way, but it'll fall back for the Scots on advantage too. This is good play now. Scotland showing what they can do. Adamson it was, he fed the ball up to Dewar. Dewar's been busy in this match, as has Lee Jones. Is pulled down just inside the 22. And the penalty comes to Scotland. Looking to free it and get it away is Adamson, who has it in hand now. Goes to the left through Scott Forrest. Jones. Keen on getting it wide, the Scottish. Not looking to take Fiji on up the middle. Very close to the touchline went Grant Anderson, but he managed to free it.
Your feet.
Again, it's hard to make metres against a solid defence like this, and that ball has gone loose and into touch, so a disappointing way to finish what looked promising.
Wrong mark.
What Scotland are doing is sending players in motion coming from deep. It's creating indecision in the Fijian defence. Unfortunately there, Scotland just running out of space, a couple of loose passes. So there's little things in these games that you can't afford against a class act like Fiji.
30 seconds to go. Fiji take the line out and snap themselves straight back onto attack. And this looks fairly easy as well. It's Lutu Mailangi again. Does he need support? He needs support. He finds support. Boruto, is he going to stretch out? He's dropped the ball. Well, gutsy defence from Scotland, having to chase down the big fella like that.
It's great chase in defence though from Scotland, showing a lot of heart at the end of the half. A pretty tough one for them. What will that mean in the wash-up with another 7 minutes to go?
Well, that is half-time here. Fiji leading Scotland 17 points to 0, and Lord Havisham Smythe has found some pirates.
When I was sailing out here, somewhere around the Dutch East Indies, I got completely robbed, pirated. And I think I found the mongrel scoundrels that did it. I want my bloody underwear back.
They're back in the Dutch East Indies.
They're back in the Dutch East Indies.
Unclean.
Don't tell people that. Don't tell people that.
Too frilly.
Right, how much other stuff have you robbed?
Who's talking? Who's asking?
Right, that's it. I'm out of here.
Thank you very much, Lord Havisham Smythe, aka Mike Brown.
He is enjoying that too much, Sumo.
He loves it. The fact that he's wearing silk and makeup more than anything. Stephen Gemmell, the Scottish coach, laying down the law. Plenty to lay down as well, KT. That was a tough first half for the Scots.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'll be saying he just needs they need the ball, need to be constructed. They look very good, very inventive. Players' emotions when they do have it. It's just the little things, the missed passes. They've got to go to hand. They've got to take every opportunity on offer. They've got to be the first to score in the second half. Only 3 tries out of it, so no way is it open for them.
A couple of Scottish bunnies in attendance. Plenty of devils on show. You'd think there'd be a fair amount of vampires around as well this weekend, given that every second show on television's a vampire show. I don't get it personally. I thought goths sort of went out of fashion in about 1985. But what do I know? I'm not down with the kids. Scotland with the restart. Get things underway in this second spell. Referee Hirabayashi gets things underway then. Scotland need to get some possession. Fiji controlled at the kickoff. And they swing themselves straight back onto it through Kilini Sau. I'll say that again. Kilini Sau. Hardly got time to say it before Dusavata Bole is underway. And Kilini Sau it will be. Follows up, supports well. Give the Fijian police star Bole a bit of credit there, KT. But this man, he's going to be a star of the show.
Look at this down the sideline. No substitute for speed. Get the little ankle tap. Great reward for the just backing up, but Kilini Sau straight away from the kickoff, they sent it wide to him, created a 2-on-1 straight away. Recognises that's where his speed is. Look at that, off the mark. Reminds me of myself about 10 years ago. I wouldn't have passed it though.
He would have died with the ball, KT.
That's a great try. He's been good, Kilini Sau, both on attack and defence for Fiji.
Well, every year it seems they just roll out another superstar, don't they, this Fijian outfit. That kick is no good. It'll go out on the full. So Scotland will get the scrum, or at least the free kick at the halfway mark.
Tony Vuller there, well known to New Zealand rugby fans. It's Blues. New Zealand Sevens also.
He's still in good shape, mate. What's your excuse?
I'm just too lazy, Sumo.
Thank you.
You saw the old boobies hanging out of the suit before.
I'll just climb back in my glass house and put my stones away, KT. Adamson has the ball under the wing. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Setting up something, Scotland. I'm not quite sure about what they're doing by the looks, KT.
Okay.
They're taking a long time as well. They can't afford this.
Free
Really
kick.
need to score off this facet.
Adamson it is, who looks up and sees 7 6-foot Fijians standing in front of him. And finally the pass will go over the touchline. So that's a shambles.
And it's been inventive. Once again, just that last inaccuracy, the last pass, stifling the play.
White substitutions. Yep, hit.
More substitute there from Tony Vuller. The luxury with up 24-0.
Setafano Thakau comes on the field. And there's an uncharacteristically scrappy line out from the Fijians, and Scotland now have a chance to attack down this left-hand flank. Lee Jones, who's shown glimpses of quality in this match, but state of it, William Ryder. It was only a matter of time before he got himself on the score sheet, and the number 10 puts the ball down under the bar. Fiji back in the game again.
He's only been on the field for seconds. First touch, and is that a sign to come, of things to come for William Ryder? First try of the tournament. So electric, reminds you of Orini Aie from New Zealand. It's devastating when he goes forward, but that was great defence on Fiji. See, they shadowed the Scotland team. It was a great intercept. Too wide it was, just read the play beautifully. Come from behind, Scotland attack, couldn't see him coming. And once again, just reward for backup.
Fiji have impressed in this game in crucial areas, KT, about making tackles, about defending man on man, and also at kickoffs, just like that, regaining possession. Just a straight out and out drop there. So Scotland now have a chance to put some points on the board. Colin Shaw steps through a couple. Uthango can't catch him. Colin Shaw gets Scotland in the game. Great individual try.
He showed power, didn't he, through his legs. Kept it pumping. They deserve this, Scotland. Things haven't gone their way for the first 10.5 minutes. On this occasion, look at the fan, left-hand fan, two of them. Just keeps the legs pumping and has the speed to finish.
Well, we know they're capable, KT, and they just haven't been able to put it together in this match. Fiji just guilty, came from a drop ball. We know how costly they can be in this form of the game. And with 3 minutes to go, the score is 31 points to 5. Fiji won't be troubled here, but they'll be disappointed in themselves. Because come playoffs time, day 2, drop balls like that are the difference between winning a tournament and losing one.
That's what seems to happen sometimes with Fiji. They switch off mentally and get back on their game and have no mercy.
Too wide, climbing high, got enough on it to get the ball back for Fiji. But standing there in the way for Scotland is Duncan Weir. Can he go all the way? Weir, great cover. Rolled into touch, a metre short.
They've been so good with ball in hand, making the right decisions. On that occasion, an intercept, there was a loose pass.
Thucko getting across and pushing Weir into touch, manhandling him to the ground. And Fiji run it from inside their own goal line. And there's a handy kick as well. Good chase coming from the Fijians via Willie Ryder. He gets over the top of the ball. That's good work from Scotland initially. The Fiji just have the numbers there. And now Bolle will look to clear it to the left. Standing there is too wide, the big man. What can he do? Pirouettes around. Following up is Bolle. Bolle will score a great try, Fiji, and that is just pressure on defence.
It all came from behind their try line. It's a great kick downtown. William Ryder with the chase. Kept his head. They got numbers coming forward to Fiji. So hard for Scotland to run that far back, 60 odd metres. Just having big men pirouette, the swivel from too wide. Then the great handling by Becky.
Ryder tries to convert from wide out. This one will be no good. So 36 points to 5. Fiji leading this one, their opening match of the weekend. Around about 45 seconds remaining. Old school frog skins. Scott, climb high, get enough on it. Fiji, again, their tackling is solid. That time it was big Vortu. So the Scots have a last chance to attack here. Last chance for points in this match with 15 seconds remaining. Jones it was. Through an absolute hospital in field. David Tate, I think that was. Now it's Juricevic. Chance here for Scotland. Need support, need numbers here at the breakdown. Fiji will snaffle this. No, the penalty will come. So again, they get things underway quickly, Scotland. There goes one. Shaw, the try scorer. He's pulled down just outside the 22. Juricevic gets in there, rips it away. Jones feeding it out to Dewar. Dewar in turn goes wide. It's come off the foot of a Fijian and kicked into touch, and that's all they can do, Scotland. Disappointing way to finish. But Fiji, impressive in their opening match. 36 points to 5. Never troubled by Scotland. And they'll be very happy with that. Someone else who's looking very happy, our own Geisha girl, Melody Robinson, in the crowd here at Westpac.
Michael O'Connor, a former great of both rugby and rugby league. Fiji, also under Ilyasa Tanivula, very impressive. 2 big wins over Scotland and Papua New Guinea. They've only conceded 1 try. Australia, well, the points for and against not quite so impressive, but they look very well organised. Carlton Nunna is with me. Who's your pick, KT?
Well,
I've got to go with Fiji. TJ, I think just their forwards, 1, 2 and 3, Borotu, Tuwai and Vutu, were outstanding, especially from kick-off, and that's going to be a major facet of who gets the position.
Well, it's going to be Australia to kick off. It'll be James Stannard. And we're all set. Crowd really pouring back to their seats now. These last two matches will provide a great climax to an excellent day's rugby. Sevens at its best in perfect conditions. So it's Australia kicking off on our left. Fiji, who've been so impressive so far, and that's probably about the first kick-off receipt that they've botched all day. It gives Australia a chance early on, and they have uncorked a couple of beauties, including the young man in number 6, who's just won his side a penalty, Bracken Karuria Henry.
How good is that matchup, TJ? Karuria Henry versus Kolene Sau for Fiji. It's going to be one aspect of this game. Those two game breakers are marking each other.
Patrick McCutcheon takes the tap. Australia look very well organised, and that's a mistake. Well, a few nerves maybe. Kimani Sitoti, who's made that mistake, and it'll give Fiji a chance. So just settling down stages in the game. Both teams making early errors.
In these big games, it's all about taking your opportunities, and Fiji don't give you many. But that's a bad error from Sotiti, so let's see if Fiji can capitalise.
Well, it's their captain, Amosi Vuthango, their playmaker. He's wrapped up by Stannard and has some Super 14 experience behind him. Kolene Sau has been razor sharp today, and we've seen flashes from William Ryder. And here they go. There's the break from the brilliant Fijian talent. And look at his speed. Didn't get the bounce, though. Picked up by Bernard Foley for Australia. And they clear it. This is Satotia stepping, finding support from Quirk. Satotia again. Well, I don't think they'll be frightened to mix it with the Fijians, Australia. Karuria Henry has some work to do here, and it's been ripped away. Fiji good at the breakdown. Kolene Sau, I said before, he has been one of the top try scorers in the competition. Fiji again, the option is the kick and chase. Can they get the bounce this time? They do. It's Vuthango, but great covering back from Quirk. Played the ball on the ground, surely. Referees let it go. And here come Fiji again, threatening this time. Look out. Kolene Sau took the inside route. Well, if he'd passed, he would have scored.
They're lucky there, TJ, because they absolutely butchered that on the first go, but they get another opportunity with Borotu taking a quick tap.
Yeah, Borotu takes it and looking for the wrap around Lutumalangi, and now they've got it away to Kolene Sau. They won't stop him. Oh, he was just short, was he? They'll have to have a discussion here. Well, I thought he was in for all money. Normally, he would have buried that. But did he lose it?
On first look, TJ looked like he had it. They drew and passed. Thought he was going to go inside, just made him stutter. Gets it down easy on the line.
Try. Yep. So Kolene Sau has scored the try. It's been awarded. And Fiji have the lead.
They just look composed, don't they, Fiji? Australia applying the pressure defensively, trying to create turnovers. They're just taking their time. The men in white not getting overawed. Huge support for them here in Wellington.
So Lutumailangi will attempt the conversion from wide out. Left foot kicker. Fiji, I say, very impressive so far today. That one's going to skew away to the left. 36-5 over Scotland, 41-0 over Papua New Guinea. Haven't been too many nils registered today, so their defence has been good. They sharpened up by playing as the Fiji Barbarians in Suva in a tournament last week. And they really do look to have improved. They've been pretty good so far this year. Now Quirk, Australia looking for a quick reply. Off it goes to Stannard, swinging it wide. These two young players out wide that really have provided a lot of the thrust. Karoria Henry taken to ground. They bring it back the other way. Now Nick Phipps from Sydney University. Now the ball's been lost forward, and we'll have a scrum.
It was on though, wasn't it? They put it to the midfield. They did what you call official, bring it back to blind, looking for some lazy Fijian forwards. They had the numbers, just in contact, losing the handle there, the Australian team. But they set it up well, got the mismatches they wanted. Couldn't execute, unfortunately, for them.
Just putting this match into context, whoever wins this match will avoid the winner of Pool A, whoever comes out on top between New Zealand and South Africa. So whoever it is, it's going to be a very tough opponent. I think it's fair to say that the side of the draw that New Zealand, South Africa and these two teams on looks much harder. Now Vuthango scampering away and showing good speed. Stannard after him. Can he stop him? Yes, he can. But the support is there, and Borotu's in. Well, Amosi Vuthango has been biding his time today. I think he's been holding something back, and he sparked this try, and this is what the really good players often do.
He's the one who's been giving impetus to his Fijian side. He takes the ball forward. He had no room on that right-hand touch. He's down injured after the pass. Stannard, he chased well, got him in the end, but just in the end, Borotu with his speed. Seremaya Borotu, the number one for Fiji, has been outstanding in all facets of play for their first two games, and once again standing up. Is the conversion successful? See that TJ, it's just that first couple of steps and he's off. Stannard did well, he had the angle on him, took him high, just injures his leg. That's great support coming from the scrum too, Borotu.
And an audacious angle, really, to take the narrow angle close to the touchline to back himself. I guess the safe option would have been to go infield.
Just the strength too. The hand Stannard off, and then the one arm pass to his forward.
So that takes Fiji up to 12-0. Second on the table behind New Zealand. Australia haven't taken that cleanly. In fact, there's an offside there because Nicholas Phipps took that ball in front of the man who knocked it forward. Tio Tuwai takes the tap. Colony Sal now looking for a little injection of pace, trying to drag a couple of defenders across. Australia moving up on the outside. That pass was forward. They got away with that one. Borotu trying to get on the outside, and he steps and he's away. Well, question marks about one of the passes, but no doubt about the finishing power of Fiji. And big Seremaya Borotu gets another try, and Fiji now making no race of it.
Just a bit of an experience here showing up for the Australian team. It all came from a turnover. And Fiji make them pay full toll. They went backwards about 20 metres before they went forwards, but they bought time. They got behind the ball to Fiji, and in the end the big man with speed down the sideline, the opposite sideline that he scored from moments earlier, the draw and pass. He bobbled it initially, but then the little stop and go, and off the mark over 10 metres. He was always going to step inside. Big man on the little man, Stannard losing his feet. Jeez, he's just becoming a star turn, Borotu.
So half-time, it's Fiji well in control against Australia by 19 points to 0. The Fijian fans happy as
take control on the field. They just need the time and possession, a bit of ball. They've got the goods. Just need to settle down. Still a long time. See Tani Vula on the other hand, TJ be saying just more of the same.
Well, he's in a happier place this year, Eliesa Tani Vula. Last year, the knives were being stuck in all directions.
Well, he took over in a tough situation. Only days before coming to Wellington, they didn't perform, the Fijian team, but they seem to have got things in order this time around. He's had a bit of time under his belt with the blokes he actually wanted.
Well, while the crowd twist and shout, Fiji prepare themselves to kick off. I think they're having trouble making themselves heard out there. So much noise in the stadium.
She's starting to wind up, that's for sure. Second to last game. Another big one after this, but Kolini Sau, hasn't he just commanded this first 7 minutes for Fiji? Australia just get the feeling have to be the first to score in the second half, TJ.
Well, it's Fiji kicking off and getting up, swatting the ball back, and a big pass from Watasoni Votu, who's out on the field now. So Tanivul has made a couple of changes. There is Votu in 3. So they've got a couple of big forwards just to add to the mix. Australia trying to ferret the ball out of there, but away with it comes Lutumailangi. Kolini Sau floating the pass off, looking very comfortable. And now one of the new faces, Josepa Bole, and he can motor!
What a luxury for Iseli Tanivula to be able to bring someone this quick. The celebration once again. Ozzy did this in the last game as well. Fiji just backs himself. That is pure pace from a standing start outside. Man on man. Just can't keep up. Just did it with ease. And look at that running style. So strong.
Well, he's one of 2 new players that Iliesa has drafted in, both from the Fiji police. Bole and that man Waisali Bethi, the newcomers, and you can see why he's picked him, because he has got so much speed.
Well, there really is no substitute for that type of gas. So lethal. He's going to take a rest here. There's Bethi after that try.
Well, that might go that is going to go too far. This is going to be easy possession for Australia, but I'm afraid there's too much to do for the Aussies in this game, Carl.
Well, this is where Fiji really do need to stay switched on. They've got a handy lead. They can't allow teams to get back in the game against the better sides. Maybe later on down the track tomorrow, we'll start to wonder. If you stand out on the ball, he's the playmaker.
Well, there's still 5 minutes to go, but they're down 24-0, and so unless they can make something happen smartly, and they're going to have to strike 2 or 3 times, now they've lost the ball. Although the referee has the arm out signalling advantage for the Australians. Stannard moving it on, be no way through for the men in midfield. Sefanaya is on in 4 for Australia. But they've got these big men, Votu and Burutu, who can get in there and just hold play up. Good strength in the end from McCutcheon to bring it away. Foley, and now Kararia Henry, who looks a rare prospect. He's got the ball away to Sefanaya, and they're going to get a try here, Australia. It's Stannard. It gives them hope, but faint hope. 24-5 with the kick to come.
Once again, just switching play back to the blind side, creating those mismatches. And Stannard, well, he's been a good one for Australia today. A lot of experience, as you mentioned, Tony, Super 14.
He attempts the conversion, and it's a beauty. So 24-7. It would have to be something truly spectacular to come back from this. It was a lovely pass from Kararia Henry, the man born in Christchurch.
A little pass there off the deck from Sefanaya as well, which puts Stannard away. This is an important kick for both sides. Fiji need to claim it. This is the area they've been so dominant all day. Australia somehow just need to pop the ball back.
Well, this Fiji team, still a big day tomorrow, but they look good. Kolini Sau moving it on, and then getting the return pass, and then throws a flat pass. Oh, they're really starting to express themselves in true Fijian fashion, although Votu's lost it. Brilliant step from the big fella. Look at him go! Carving them up! Watasoni Votu! Pass back in field. This is brilliant! William Ryder! That is Fiji rugby at its best.
Oh, outstanding skill. Players diving all over the place. They got it to this man, the step, and look at it go. As you mentioned, Tony puts on the jets, and then he sees where his speed is. It's in the form of William Ryder just on the field, and what a luxury it is to bring someone like this on. Every time he's come onto the field, he scored straight away.
Yes, it's interesting watching Ryder. I still don't think he's creating so much as he used to when he first came on, but he is finishing things off. He's getting himself in the right spot, isn't he?
That's what you want from your reserves, to come on and make an impact, and he does that, that's for sure.
31-7. Well, we thought this might be a real contest. It's not. It's turned into an exhibition.
It just shows you how teams like Fiji know how to win as they take the quick tap, just step it up just a couple of notches.
There's Colin Isao. He has been lethal. Bole. Numbers away to the left. And they're bringing out the party tricks now. Nyombo flicks it away. There's another one.
They're enjoying it, aren't they, TJ?
Oh, no. It's no try. No try. What's he got here? Forward pass? Yes. Borotu thought he was in again.
It's great work, aren't they? Just being lethal today, Fijian lads.
You can almost, from this distance, you can just feel the confidence starting to really surge through the veins of the Fijian players. Their fans are up dancing. Crowd a bit stunned here. They're loving what they see from Fiji, but they realise now that this team is going to be very hard to beat. Colin Isao stepping, fending, and then finally releasing. And now floating a lovely pass right up. Magnificent. They're playing with them.
One thing that's good for mine is in years gone by, I've waited for players just like Ryder, like Saleh Sareba before him, to do everything. Now they're actually playing as a team. They've got strength right across the park, this Fijian side. Anyone can score, and that's the difference from Fijian teams years gone by. And they have just exploded into this tournament. Now's the pass. They did well, Australia, done everything right. Forced a long ball, but it was an accurate one. And Ryder in for a double.
I'll tell you what else they're doing, mate. They are giving New Zealand and South Africa everything to play for in the next game. You don't want to be playing these blokes first game tomorrow.
I don't think it's going to be any easy quarterfinals, which way you look at it.
Well, no, it's very strong this year. And now hacked ahead by Ryder. Can they finish it off? And, oh boy, it's just not happening. Look at the scoop up there from Bole. And another one from Colin Isao. Australia desperately diving in, trying to stop them. And with some relief for Australia, the final whistle goes. Magnificent from Fiji, 38-7. Ryder scorching, but the brilliance dotted right throughout the team.
Dominant is a word. So that's a challenge for them. This first up, they can't afford South Africa 1 inch of space.
Well, South Africa fought out an epic match with New Zealand last night, and it was very much in the balance until New Zealand just cleared away at the finish. But South Africa are a very good side. It's unfortunate that one of these teams has to bow out of cup contention at this stage, but that's what it's all about. South Africa started off with 2 good wins yesterday, then lost to New Zealand. That's why they're playing Fiji unbeaten and rampant yesterday. Interesting that Colin Isao has been left out of the starting lineup along with Borotu, 2 regular starters. That is a very interesting selection, Carl Zanana.
Borotu was a man mountain in all facets of play for this Fijian team. Colin Isao also.
Cecil Africa in 4 has had an outstanding tournament. They've given a run to number 7. That is Branko Dupria, the 19-year-old from the Blue Bulls. So both sides with some interesting selections as they sprint out onto the field. Well, this really is a match to whet the appetite. 2 of the best teams in this tournament so far for sure, and one of them is about to bow out of the reckoning. They don't want to be playing in the plate, Fiji or South Africa. They want to be in line for the cup competition. Andrew Lees of Australia is the referee.
South Africa, TJ, really do need to get in the money round of this tournament. Behind didn't fare too well in their hometown, George, and Dubai. So with regards to defending their IOB 7 Series crown, they really do need to get up in this game.
Well, I think we had Colony Sow in the reserves. That's him there in the yellow boots, so maybe that wasn't quite right. I thought that was a strange one.
This is the area that's going to be intriguing from when the kick-off. Fiji been huge here, all 3 games.
So Colony Sow does start the match. He is in the starting 15. Little knock on there from South Africa.
Forward, scrum, white.
I think South Africa yesterday brought some new tricks to the table. They've had this Australian Jason Stanton, strategist, a former touch coach, who's been bringing in a few new things. But the most impressive aspect of their play was their quick offloading.
Early one.
And we might get a chance to see it here as Fiji go in too quickly. And Zandeli Stick, their captain, takes it. Brown has been impressive, the blonde man, and on the outside they've got a speed merchant in Stephen Hunt. Brown gets it back. Quite happy to build patiently. Stick takes it to the line and then looks for a hole. And Brown, it is Benjamin. The ball's been knocked away. They were offside though, were Fiji.
Thanks, mate.
I like the look of this Hunt though. TJ, the number 12 of South Africa, always draws 2 defenders.
There's a mistake from Africa.
That's the first one you have to say though.
Oh, he has been outstanding in this tournament, Cecil Africa, and Paul True frustrated.
That has been the go-to man, that number 4, number 10 South African team. Fiji, they only need one opportunity. I remember you speaking about it last night in their last game, expressing themselves. This man in the number 6, Uthongo, he's the one that gets it started for the men in white.
Touch! Pause, engage. Line 2.
He's the captain. But they've lost the ball at scrum time, and so South Africa get another chance. It's Benjamin putting the kick ahead into the end goal. Too far.
It's not a smart move against the Fijians. You need to hold the ball, make them tackle you, get a quick recycle, and exploit the space from there.
Behind.
Well, that was a gilt-edged opportunity because Fiji was set for attack, not defence. And Benjamin there may be guilty of squandering it. Vula, the coach, watches on. Oh, brilliantly done. But no, there was a man in front. Well, Pio Tuwai, the big farmer from Mba, was up after that. This is the fellow that last year injured himself getting his bag off the conveyor belt at the airport. Couldn't play in the tournament. And he might have thought that he was going to get his revenge. But a man in front, in fact, he was probably the man in front. And here's Africa. It's a chance to atone for that mistake he made moments ago. Benjamin moving it on. Here's Hunt. Fiji trying to get hands on the ball, and illegally so. Hunt has it for South Africa. Now maybe they'll spread it. Africa, no, takes it back towards the traffic. Holding it up, looking for a runner. Finds Stick, his captain. And again, Fiji offside.
Number 12, be off your feet, stay out.
Go quick here, South Africa.
Oh, he's taken it, Stick, and he's levelled in a brilliant tackle by the little man Buthungo, who played the ball before he released him in the tackle. That's the ruling there. It was a great tackle, but he's given away another penalty.
South Africa, I think this is a smart move. Just slow the play down, get their set play, look very organised. Here's the big defence, Buthungo. That's technique personified, driving with the legs.
Play, please.
Real feature of their play, sorry, TJ, Fiji.
Didn't release the tackler, the tackled player before he played at the ball. That was why he was penalised. And taking it in, South Africa building and building. They need, though, to turn it into points, and Benjamin gets away, and they've got it clear to Hunt. South Africa scrambling well in defence and now trying to drive through.
Ball's out, play on.
South Africa guys got him for playing on the ground. A little bit technical there, but he was on the ground.
It could have gone anyway, but that's great defensive set, and they're going to go from in their own half.
South Africa will look to close him down for Thungu, and puts on a bit of speed too, and the mistake is made by Colony Sow of all people. Well, this is the fickle nature of the sevens game. Yesterday, this man could not do a thing wrong. And now he's made a mistake.
Positive at the
It was opening up beautifully for him. But now it gives South Africa a chance to keep that pressure on.
It's a big mistake too. Another turnover still in their 22. I thought they might have kicked it and backed their pace on the outside. But Vusango tried the miracle ball.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Africa has it. Away to Stick. They come at them again. Benjamin ducks under a tackle. Africa gets it away to Frankie Horn. Has a run at them, the big fellow.
Line.
Rolls it, sets it back nicely. They've got numbers away to the left. Benjamin looks to get it wide. Here's the chance now. It's Mina, but Fiji scrambling well in defence. South Africa still have it. Kyle Brown. Away it goes. Well, Fiji, their defence is holding, but how much longer can it hold? He was checked as he tried to get after that. Was Stick.
22.
Not illegally. And again, the kick proving fruitless for South Africa.
They look good, South Africa, when the likes of Horn take it up and be confrontational. But here go Fiji.
That's Busango. Coming back after it is Benjamin. He's done well. He's got to it first and flopping on top of him. All this referee is being pretty strict on both sides.
It's the right call though, TJ. You can't flop down.
Absolutely. You're not allowed to do it. And now Hunt in broken play. Gets the ball away nicely to Brown. Into a bit of space. Brown, can he link up with Stick inside him? Can't quite do it. It's there for South Africa, but Fiji have come through and they've nabbed it. Can they free it though? It's still on the South African side.
Wide release.
And Colin Esau's got it. And he's got a sprint 60 metres. Can he make it? Coming across and unable to make the tackle is Hunt. And Colin Esau breaks the deadlock.
They come from Lutu Mailangi, the number 7 for Fiji. They broke South Africa and he got back, grabbed the defender by his fingers. Here he is here, stretches out, absolutely brilliant. Around the bootlaces, but hard work was there. You can see him on the ground.
Well,
touch illegally, but
I'm sorry, you're just not allowed to do that. You are not allowed to do that. You cannot take the ball back like that when you're on the ground.
Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. It's gone Fiji's, and Colin Esau will take it under the horns. And they get the lead, 7-0.
So, Fiji with... Oh, yes, some sights all right. So, South Africa, having made so much play in the first half, find themselves trailing and a penalty now. And it was too against Frankie Horn. Bit of frustration there, playing the man in the air. So let's see what sort of a settling effect that's had on the Fijians. Are they going to give South Africa any chance, or is that it? If South Africa had their opportunity, Vusango, up he goes. He's got a man with him, and it's Votu, and Borotu caught. Gets back to his feet, but the referee says he knocked it on.
What about the defence from South Africa? A small man on a big man, Sidamaya Borotu. You would have backed him from there. You would have finished it yesterday. From in their own quarter, that's been the difference. The big men been able to step and offload. Vusango, look at the gas. And Borotu's the man. Watch this pass from him, but South Africa gets back, and there's the tackle right there. And the knock on.
Well, Africa had already been beaten on the tackle once. And you can see there, releasing the ball, putting it on the ground, back to his feet, reclaiming it. And, well, Vusango has to get some treatment here for his ankle as William Ryder appears to come in. Not a bad bloke to bring on at this stage of the game, KT.
Well, it suits him, doesn't it, the big time. Yesterday, he'd only be on for seconds.
He wouldn't want Vusango to be seriously injured, though, because he is a vital cog in the machine.
He's a man for the big stage, though, William Ryder, the number 10. South Africa here, they have to be very, very careful with the scrum.
Africa has it. Away to Stick. Now they try to go through them, as Carlton Anna suggests they have to do. Mbiozo is on for South Africa. Too close to the touchline though. Fiji want to take it quickly. They do. Votu has it. Away it goes to Kolonisau. Look out. He's danger. Kolonisau. Oh, not a good pass though. Bethy loses it.
Yeah, I think it was just took a touch from Benjamin there. TJ, the South African, coming back in defence. I think Kolonisau was waiting for his wingman to switch with him. He dragged the defence across. Here it is here. The outside step gets around. Number 11, Schumann. And Bethy, we all know how lethal he was yesterday coming on the field.
Well, they got these two young fellas, haven't they? Bethy and Bole, the two young men that they've drafted in from the police team. And great to bring them on late in the game against a tiring defence because they've got such great speed. But right now, Fiji are playing the game where they need to. They only lead by 7.
Big change for South Africa too. TJ, number 4, Cecil Africa is off. One of their main playmakers.
And it's Dupria who's on. And he made a mark immediately, the little halfback, and gets a penalty.
They don't have to rush here, South Africa. They just need to buy some time. They're going to take the kick, get their set piece ready, and that's what they need to do. Just keep this game slow. They don't want to be rushed. That's what the Fijians thrive on.
So South Africa have won this tournament once. Fiji have won it twice. And that's a blown opportunity. Well, he did some good work to get them into this position, did young Branko Dupria, but the throw wasn't straight.
A lot of pressure when a young man comes on and has to perform under there, but that's where you learn your trade.
Fiji have it from the scrum. Not a great pass, and Ryder having to go back. Now the little chip in behind the defensive line, and it's there for Dupria. Collared though, put on the ground. No uncertain terms by Lutumailangi, but they've still got it. Now the kick ahead from Stick and the speed. It's a challenging kick, and a bit of a loose pass there from William Ryder, and he's left his mate with a bit of work to do. Pushed back close to his own goal line. That was a bit too casual from Ryder, but they could break out here, Fiji. They can. It's too high. The kick ahead. Now the chase is on. Great speed from Sicko. He's got it. And Bethy end-to-end stuff. And that's a big moment for Fiji. Could just be enough to see off South Africa.
Well, that is a great sevens try. When they're in this mood, they can do whatever they like. Right on their line, we have to remember William Ryder just gave the loose pass, but look at that, the easy switch, the Rocco Bully. Remember, this is a prop putting in this kick. And then another prop tracing the big man. He's number 4, Setefano Takinurivao. Gets the bounce on the fly, and then the offload by Bethy, who's made an impact every time he's come on the field.
Kick, please.
Yes, it was magnificent work from Rocco Bully, because he'd really been given a hospital pass by William Ryder. And Fiji, well, one of those situations, one moment right up against their own goal line, next thing down the other end, 14-0, and just 3 minutes to play. Crucial time to strike. And South Africa, are they destined for the plate competition, or have they still got something left? Benjamin hasn't really been able to fire in this game as he did yesterday. Stick, little dummy. Oh, lovely ball into space for Dupria. Great step. Can he make it? He's got a big man bearing down on him, but he's going to have the speed. Good work, though. Forcing him wide. That was a really good chase from Borotu, because it's going to make it difficult for the conversion. A conversion that South Africa desperately need.
Well, still a 2-score game, dependent on this kick for the South African team, but it was well constructed, wasn't it? Schumann was the one that took it forward initially, during the defence, and then they brought it wide to Steek and gave a great pass.
Well, Stick needs this, but he's not going to get it. If he'd been able to convert that, then they would have had a chance to tie it up and maybe force the game into extra time. It was a beautifully worked try.
You can see though, TJ, on that shot how the Fijian defence had rushed up, turned their back, and that's where Steek.
He could hear those hoofbeats though, couldn't he?
I want to run away from Burotu as well.
You often did, didn't you? So Fiji a bit more comfortable now. Certainly the team in form, and here is Burotu. Well, he's just made a great run back in defence, and now the big man scoots away to score. No doubt about it now. Fiji through to the semi-finals. They'll play against England.
Well, I just love the combination of the Fijian forwards, Burotu, Tuwai, Votu. Also dominant in their specific areas. And in the open, Burotu has been outstanding. Unstoppable almost.
Well, so far this weekend, it's been the little men, the likes of Kolonisau Vuthango, who have led the way for Fiji. But in this match, it's the big men. And we all know that Fijian rugby players, big and small, they've all got great skills, great speed, and certainly we've seen ample evidence of that in this match as Fiji score a good win over South Africa. Has been electric for Thungo, really getting into his work, the playmaker, but it's been their big forwards who've really stood out on day two, Carl.
Yeah, and they work well in tandem, conflicting game plans. You've got the structure of the England team against the flair of the Fiji boys.
Oh, Fijian hopes are high. They are confident, but they will have to play well against this very well patterned, very well drilled England side. Stuart Berry of South Africa takes the whistle, and it'll be Fiji who'll face the bright sun receiving the first kickoff. Eliesa Tanivula looks on. This is his big chance. He knows it. So Ben Gollings, the master playmaker of the England side, kicks off, and it's misjudged by Lutumailangi for Fiji. A real mad scramble here, and the ball goes dead. It'll be a dropout from the 22 as we look at the familiar figure of James Rodwell. Kolonisau brings it up.
Just an indication there, TJ, what England looking to do. Kick it down the middle, take the forward power and aerial abilities out of these Fijian forwards, where Burotu and Tuwai and Votu have been strong.
Oh, it's a long restart. Gollings going back for it. He is really a key for England. And a lovely ball away to the flying Christian Wade. He can really tramp this lad. A young star on the rise for England, Christian Wade. And that'll rock Fiji.
But it was the old warhorse, wasn't it? They got it started. Ben Gollings. First he did it with a kick. Gave Fiji an indecision. Then he just took the defence on. It was an easy cut. And then Wade has got the dancing feet, and they're pretty quick as well. He goes back deep. Sees only two defenders. Draws them in. Beautifully late cut. Kolonisau misses the tackle.
Well, he's in the team for his speed, but showing good footwork there. Really nice stepping from Christian Wade. And that's given England a 7-0 lead early on. And Ben Gollings, we said it. He's been around the block, this fellow. And he knows every trick. Interesting that he put it down the middle, and again looking for Lutumailangi. Now they get it away to Bethi, one of their flyers, Kolonisau. And again, England, like Samoa did, pushing up hard and pushing up well and gaining possession inside the 22. It's almost as if they've torn a sheet out of the Samoa book, but this time they're penalised.
They'll go quickly here, Fiji to the left, where they've got numbers.
Have they what? They've got numbers and they've got speed. And they get it away to Borutu. Now he's a big man, but he's got tremendous power and speed to go with it. Big Pio Tuai now bursting onto it is Votu. These are the men that got them this far. And off it goes to Rokumbule. In fact, it's Vutango, Mosi Vutango, the captain.
There were some great angled runs from the big men up front for Fiji. Borutu is down this near touch line. He held it for an age like a loaf of bread in one hand, waited for support. It's a question mark on one of the passes for mine. But Vutango is the one that got the rewards just there. Won't see it on that angle, but the interplay was Votu that got the ball away. Vutango with the strong fend on Gollings.
Yeah,
just a little cheeky stare too.
Ben Gollings had loved that tackle again. But Vutango, who, like many influential players, his influence has grown as the tournament's gone on. Now England have made a hash of this because they played at it, and it means that the ball's alive and it's gone to Fiji. And here is Kunisilao. Fiji starting to get into their work. Tuai. England after a good start, falling off tackles. And look out, here they come again. It's Borutu. Well, you can't afford a slip up against these guys. You give them the ball, you give them a bit of space, and they'll burn you.
Well, I ask you, how do you stop this? Outstanding. The step, look how big the swivel, the no-look pass. They had the advantage. He's carrying it once again in one hand, and then the backup from Borutu. For mine, one of the players of the tournament.
I'm just thinking that myself, KT. We've seen some good hands from the likes of Tuai, Votu, Thakau, but Borutu, to me, he's been the best big man in the tournament. England have it, but oh, look at the effort coming in from Fiji. That was Votu following up hard. Christian Wade gets it and off he goes. Tremendous speed again. That runs smack into Vutango. Stood his ground well. There's the ball for England. And they've got numbers away to the left too, but they've got to get it out quickly. Brightwell looking for the handoff to Gollings. He frees it up. So here come England looking for a score that might bring them back on level terms. Brightwell running strongly.
Front edge, straight down.
Arm goes out, it's advantage to England. Fiji have a player down, and so England, if they react quickly, could get a score here. Gollings stopped really close and driving over. Can he get it down? I don't think he can.
I think they went down on the leg. That's going to be a great save for Sini Lau, was it?
Yeah, he'll come back though. They weren't back 10. Don Burrell, the man who went over the line, couldn't ground it. But at least it's bought Fiji a bit of time on defence.
I actually think it was Biffy, the number 12. They come in and made that try-saving tackle, but there's still pressure on.
They take the tap, England. Gollings at the centre of it, as always, and they've crossed over.
Yeah, it was Rodwell, the number 5 for England, took a defender out in the Fiji line, but this is where they're so dangerous.
It's Bethy off to Kolonisau, and he's quick. Well, there's real precision and confidence about the way they're playing. And again, they seem to be able to find space for their big men out wide. Here he comes again, Borutu. Playing a strong hand in this tournament for Fiji. Can he free it?
Get out of there.
Oh, they didn't roll away, England. So a moment or so ago, England were so close to levelling. Now they're going to have to defend hard in order to not concede a crucial third try in the first half. Little show of the ball from Lutumalangi, gets the pass away to Kolonisau, breaking the tackle, and Kolonisau has scored. What a time to strike.
Well, this is all about determination. from Kolini Sao. Another one who stood up, a young player for Fiji. They spread it wide, just a little stop and go. That's right here where it's going to be pretty average for the English defence. Just beaten by pure footwork and determination there. Puts it down with authority.
Well, he's been in electric form as Osea Kolonisau, a man from Suva. Started off as a soccer player, like many of these Fijian players actually had a go at playing soccer, but he's carving out a real niche for himself in sevens. The kick has gone over, and at half-time 21-7 is a very good lead for Fiji over England as we look for a team to play against Samoa in the final, Samoa having beaten these men here in New Zealand.
About it yesterday was their defence. They kept back in numbers. Years gone by, sometimes they're a bit lazy in that aspect of play. This team seems to be quite well drilled by Tani Vula.
So it'll be Fiji to start the second half with a good lead, 14 points. They're in front. Just been doing a few sums. I said before that Fiji had the opportunity to haul in New Zealand's lead out. We believe that if Fiji were to go on and win the tournament, New Zealand would still have the overall lead, but it would just be a matter of, I think, 4 points as they head to Las Vegas.
Just adds to the intrigue, doesn't it? This 7 series.
Right now, no one's really thinking about that. It's all about who's going to find a place in the final. And Fiji have been so good, both at chasing their own restarts and pulling them in, and the kick ahead, and here's an opportunity for the flying Bethy, who's been taken out. What does the referee say? No, he's got a knock on.
You spoke earlier about some of these players playing soccer. Well, I thought that was going to be another show of skill from Bethy. Kolini Sao was the one that put the chip kick through. Look at these two match up against each other, speed on speed. Just a little knock on there at the end.
Well, he played at the ball, which I guess gave the defending player the entitlement to make the tackle. Wellington has it, but England not where they want to be. And you're not going to bash your way out of trouble against these guys. They got a penalty, though. And so off goes Matt Turner. Away it goes to Wade. Not going to have a go on the outside this time. Throws away a speculative pass, and it's gone forward. And there's some similarities in this game to New Zealand's game, where they just kept getting trapped inside their own 22 and made mistakes.
Well, I thought they might have just put that downtown. They had the penalty. Just need to slow it. Go to their set piece. Playing this ad-lib football's not their natural inclination, the England team.
England pushing over the mark at scrum time and taken quickly. Fiji looking to play the game at a lightning pace. They went back 10. Votu wants to take it. Off it goes to Vuthango. Kolini Sao. He runs hard at them. Frees it up to Bethy. And Bethy darting back in field. Nothing really on, so they'll come back and give it a go the other way. There's a surety about their passing, Fiji. That's forward. And it's been spotted.
That's a blow and try. Burutu was the one hanging out wide, as he likes to do. He would have been pretty much unstoppable from there too, you'd have to say. It's the hooker two-way. Had plenty of time.
Oh, Pio, he looked around. I think he knew.
Straight away.
Am I going to get away with that? No.
As you said, TJ, England can't get out of their own quarter.
Time starting to tick away. 4.5 minutes to play. Still only 2 tries in it, but England have been trapped in the second half. And another knock on.
That's 2 in the space of a minute. 50-50 passes. No respect for the ball. Right in front of your own post, you can't do that. You just got to take that down. Kalini Sau once again getting amongst it. This is probably even better attacking opportunity for Fiji. Midfield under the horns of England. Options left and right. Bessie's actually coming to stand off the winger with his electric gas.
Yes, Kalini Sau's gone over. We'll never know, because this time it's been Fiji penalised for pushing over the mark, and James Rodwell, off he goes. England desperately looking for the try that'll get them back in the match. Tom Powell caught just short of halfway. Gollings, away it goes to Rodwell. On now to Turner, trying to get on the outside, showing good speed as well. Looking to step back and field. And that's a brilliant try by Matt Turner of England to get them back in the hunt.
He didn't believe his luck, did Turner. He saw that it was number 1 and number 3 for Fiji, Burotu and Votu, the 2 big props. What I liked about him, he backed his gas. And this is a huge try and a big kick for Ben Gollings, who needs this one.
And he's kicked it. Well, you'd always fancy him to drop the goal, but look at this on the outside. Yes, he had to burn 2 big forwards, but we've been saying all weekend, KT, they're quick, those big men. They still take some beating. Anxious moments for Ben Ryan. Gollings kicks off. Fiji looking into the sun on that side, but all nicely done. Thakau moving it on. William Wright is on. They've used him as a super sub. Kalini Sau stepping, darting, and now accelerating. Kalini Sau, can he go all the way? Chasing desperately is Caprice, and he's got him. But oh, it's been scooped up, flicked back behind by Votu. Fiji have still got it. England try to drive through. I think they've got a turnover here. Can they scramble it away? Well, they're in trouble still. Hands over the ball from Fiji. Good positioning. And they get the penalty, taken quickly. They fling it wide. Ryder. And I think you can now assume that Fiji are into the final.
He's been so effective when he comes off the bench, William Ryder. You wouldn't expect anything less. Guy steps up to the plate when the game's on the line. He loves the limelight. He's a superstar. Buthungo with the wide pass. This is the end of some long possession. Matt Turner could do nothing about it. He was outnumbered, got caught flat-footed. A little stop and go. So intuitive is William Ryder.
I think you have to credit Tani Vula here for his strategy, the way he's utilised his players. He's really used Ryder as a strike weapon in the second half. He's rotated his big forwards around. And Fiji kicking off, driving England back. No coming back from this.
Just the awareness, like that little quick kick into the corner, all leading down time. England weren't alert to it, had their backs turned, and Bethy, or Kalini Sau, sorry it was.
Well, let's see if England can conjure up one more try. Loose pass, but Caprice has picked it up. He's had a good tournament, this fellow. Off it goes, and it's Dan Norton having a go down the outside, and Bethy, though, easily back. Makes the tackle, although he's still got possession.
Feet 6.
He'll have to release it eventually.
No hands.
There it is on the England side. Gollings comes in, has a little dart down the short side, and Ben Gollings scores.
And it's all consolation now, TJ, for Ben Gollings and his England team. Only 10 seconds left in this game. As the hooter sounds in Fiji, push through to the big time.
Yes, it's going to be a Samoa-Fiji final. It'll be a repeat of the 2007 final. It'll be Samoa against Fiji. Fiji just too good for England. 28 points to 18. There were some very interesting news team-wise for New Zealand as we look at the Cup semi-final. What do you make of the benching of Zar Lawrence, replaced by Tim Mickelson, Kaljanana?
Yes, that sends Lottie Lykenbull out to the standoff role, and I think it's going to be a very physical game. Defence maybe not the best from Zar Lawrence in that quarter-final matchup. That'll be one of the reasons behind that move there, TJ.
Yes, he missed a tackle in the last match, didn't he? It's a tough old world, isn't it? One mistake. He's also played very well on attack. But Tim Mickelson, we know the form that he's in, and there he is in the number 2 jersey. He comes into the side for Zar Lawrence, and it'll be Thama and Raikambula. They'll be the pivots in this team. DJ Forbes, Ben Souness will do a lot of the hard work. Samoa, they look pretty well balanced. They've got the experience of Wali Mai, the man really who sparked them, though, who's taken over the key playmaker role in 7, Lulu Lui. Trevor Annis has been outstanding in the last couple of games. He really has sparked them at crucial times. Here they come. Pacific neighbours New Zealand and Samoa meet to decide who will go through to the final and take on the winner of the England-Fiji game. From England comes our referee, JP Doyle. And once again, pleased to say, conditions outstanding. It's been a hot day, but there's just a nice breeze blowing now that'll make it comfortable for the players. It's going to be Samoa to kick off. KT, your thoughts? New Zealand have battled away pretty well. Samoa will not be easy.
No, indeed. They know how to win here at Samoa. Pesamino, he's the one for me, the number 10 on screen for Samoa. He's the fastest man in this tournament. And this matchup against Sherwin Stowers is going to be one of the crackers.
So Uali Mai, the veteran, kicks off, and Samoa coming through straight away to contest possession. And, well, rather cheekily there, stolen by Tomasi Thama. Referee ruling that the ball was out. So straight away, here's a chance for Sherwin Stowers. But he's not going to take Pesamino on the outside. Rather heads back and field looking for support. Raikambula had a little sneaky glance down the blind side. Now Mickelson. Nothing really on. Samoa coming up quickly and very well. New Zealand going backwards, but Tomasi Thama sells a dummy, makes a bit of ground.
Get off the ball, Samoa.
New Zealand have managed to work the ball back. A little short on numbers, just 3 available. And Souness moving it on to Baker. Kurt Baker, very good defence early on from Samoa, though. Speed up off the line is good. Impressive. Mickelson now takes a couple on. And chance here to hold him up. And if not, rip the ball away from him, at least get the turnover for the scrum. Well, that's excellent defence from Samoa.
Look how many numbers they committed to their breakdown area. Tim Mickelson going in too high. I think it was 5 of the Samoan players got straight underneath him. No way he could get the ball down to deck, and it's an easy turnover. We've got to remember too, TJ.
Discipline here, okay?
These two teams are in the same pool in George, and Samoa beat New Zealand, so they know how to play against the Kiwi boys.
Touch, pause, engage. Put it in 9.
Yes, these two teams met in the final in Dubai. New Zealand were the winners on that occasion, but Samoa making the better start here as Ali Mai has a go, and he's over, the veteran. Well, they've been probing, and one missed tackle was all it needed.
Uncharacteristic too. It's from the captain, DJ Forbes, the number 4. He won't be happy with his efforts. Uali Mai been around the scene for a very, very long time, and these are the games you want your big boys to step up. There's nothing on really. New Zealand having defence there. Raikambula also too high. DJ Forbes very strong in the hips and legs. Uali Mai.
Well, that's really good reward. Their defence, their ability to close New Zealand down in their own 22 is what set up the opportunity, and Lolo Lui has not been able to succeed with the conversion, but Samoa have the early lead at 5-0. And that has just stunned the crowd a little.
They have settled them down, all sitting on their seats, but Samoa did a New Zealand on New Zealand. Kicked it long and back their defence. They're going to contest here.
And New Zealand looking into the sun in the first half as well. And some good work there from Trevor Annis to bat the ball back, even though they've had to go a long way back. Well, he might, with a little miss there, but no harm done. New Zealand having to watch it because Samoa have started very promisingly, and look at the way they keep the ball alive. Threatening again, and here's an opportunity. Trevor Annis gets the ball away. Upper the man stopped, and New Zealand, the trouble isn't over yet. Trevor Annis carts it forward. Here they come again. Lulului has a look. Bottled up now. You can see Ben Sooners trying to get his hands on the ball, but he can't. And a little knock on. Well, good work there by Sooners. Wellington's not happy, but he had the ball in his hands, and at that point Ben Sooners came through and just disrupted his possession, but this again was threatening.
Close quarter stuff, the interplay, the passing, outstanding. Look, the strength of the boys to get the ball away in contact. Open bowler getting back, they're just holding it, and they're not phased, are they? Not intimidated. Wally might be unlucky here.
Once again, New Zealand find themselves jammed down inside their own 22, and Kurt Baker decides, let's get out of here. It's a long rolling kick deep down inside the half. Little nudge ahead from Lavasa. Can't gather it in. And New Zealand have it now. Mickelson sets off. Tim Mickelson! Well, Tim Mickelson, the final last year against England wasn't the happiest moment in his career, but he's come back with some tremendous form. He's won a place in the starting lineup, and he's scored the try that's put New Zealand back on level terms.
Well, he's made a post, every post a winning post. The ball unfortunately not falling there. Sama, the little impasse, watch the Reichenballer. Mickelson looks up, he sees the Reichenballer in front of him. No Samoa on defence. Wally Mai will chase to no avail. But every time he's come on as an impact player, he scored a try, Mickelson.
Well, Tomasi Thama has the opportunity to put New Zealand in front with the kick. It's not a bad one. It's over. So after that shaky start, New Zealand, well, it did involve a nice kind bounce, but Mickelson, that little show of the ball to deceive Iono Upper, and then the speed to race away.
Let's go 6.
A slightly more excited buzz around the crowd now, but it's a tense time this tournament. It really is so even between these top teams. It's Samoa now with their chance to counter, and here they come again. It's Lulului, and look at the strength of him. DJ Forbes going and trying to smuggle it back, and New Zealand have got it through Baker. No penalty.
Well, illegally so, and DJ Forbes was the culprit. He missed an easy tackle once again. The defence has been outstanding from New Zealand so far in this tournament, but on 2 occasions they've let Samoa break them cleanly.
Well, they're going for a line out, and it's a long kick. Well, Lulului's kicking game, we know about it, but look at the strength here. Now, DJ Forbes goes in, and he's offside there anyway, Baker.
Just give it. Oh, sorry. You got the line.
A sneaky one to the front, and here come Samoa again. Lulului with the switch. This time he's met some stern defence. It's Ben Sooners trying to hold him up, and they get the turnover. In fact, it's a penalty. So great work there from Ben Sooners, helped by his captain. And it's New Zealand who put the ball into touch, and they go in at half-time with a slender lead of 7-5, 1 try apiece.
A very physical matchup once again between these two Pacific nations. Samoa.
So second half starts, New Zealand leading by just 2. And it's Samoa looking into the sun in the second half, and already it's caused some problems for them with Mickelson winning it back for New Zealand. An early strike would be so vital here, but New Zealand haven't been able to hang on to the ball. Retrieved though by Raikkonen. Back to Tharma. Look at the way Samoa are pressing up again. This time Tharma tries a little chip. If it sits up, it could be dangerous. In fact, now it's bounced for Fiji, for Samoa. But too close to the sideline, and in their efforts to keep it in the field, they've lost possession.
Yeah, unlucky for Tharma. New Zealand very slow to get back, suffocating the defence for the men in blue and white. Well, New Zealand no option, TJ.
It's brilliant defence. The way they're moving up, and several times we've seen New Zealand force back. That's a great way to counter it, but the bounce just wasn't kind for little Tomasi.
Samoa, they've always got players around the ball, so they're getting huge numbers. Needs a high work rate. Once again, another opportunity for New Zealand.
Raikkonen having to scrap to clear that away. Sherwin Stowers has it now, trying to get on the outside, and manages. Oh, intercept! And bye-bye for the fastest man in the tournament, Michele Pessamino.
Well, I've been waiting for him to ignite, and here it is. He's the man for the big stage. Michele Pessamino, Gordon Titchers knows that's a missed opportunity. Sherwin Stowers was on the outside of his marker, but Pessamino 2-on-1, read it beautifully, hung back. Saw Sherwin lost his balance. Was going to give the pass and read it beautifully.
Well, New Zealand now are going to have to fight really hard if they want to make the final. They've done so well to avoid Fiji, but they've run into a very determined Samoan side. Pessamino, wonderful piece of opportunism. Lulului casually drops the goal.
It all come from a pretty average pass from Tharma. Raikkonen having to go in quickly. You see there, beautifully read, just swerved off Sherwin Stowers.
Well, they were a man short because Raikkonen had to go in and help out. Stowers, well, he'll have to put that out of his mind quickly. It's 12-7 as Uali Mai kicks deep. Tharma coming forward, and he's lost it. What does the referee say? Yes, knock on. It was awkward. Bright sunlight, and New Zealand are in trouble here.
Directly into the sun. I was just going to mention that, TJ, for Tharma. He's been 50-50 under the high ball all weekend, non-committal. If Samoa get over the line here, well, it's going to be a very tough road for New Zealand.
They cannot afford another try, and I'll tell you what, Lulului might fancy a drop goal at some point as well. But New Zealand have to stop falling off tackles. Samoa are threatening all the time. The arm is out. It's a penalty.
He has to give the ball here. They have to keep their discipline too, New Zealand. Ben Soonest. And this is a big moment in this match. 3.5 minutes to go. They should just take their time, Samoa. Slow the play down. Eat up the clock.
Well, Ali Mai's going to have a go on his own. Ducks under a hole and scores! Well, Samoa have come here looking to avenge that final of 2 years ago when they lost to New Zealand. And it's 17-7 with the kick to come. They are well on the way.
There's the missed tackle from Raikkonen. It was a good one from Tomasi Tharma. The indiscretion came at the ensuing breakdown. Remembering all the time there we see the player in front, so it was 6-on-7, and he still gets through. Double for Uali Mai.
Yes, he scored the first try, and he scored the all-important second try of the second half. The kick glances away off the upright. It's a 10-point lead. New Zealand have to score twice now, and well might they look worried.
Well, it's going to come down to this kick-off, looking into the sun. Samoa, they've gone long on a number of occasions. Back their defence. Will they do it again? Uali Mai, so experienced, slowing down the plate.
Well, you wouldn't mind betting he'll put it straight down the throat of Tomasi Tharma. No, this time he gives his forward something to chase, and Samoa have got it back again. It's been a weakness for New Zealand all weekend receiving the kickoffs. Lulului fires it back in, and New Zealand are going out of the tournament, and Samoa are into the final.
Well, elation on the bench of the Samoan team, and well-deserved also. Huge support as always, a huge contingent of Samoan community here in Wellington. And it's the skipper, he gets a treble. But Louis once again, the facilitator, ball in 2 hands. He come from the kick-off. You mentioned it, TJ, has been an Achilles heel for the New Zealand team. They get it out quickly. Here's the man, ball in 2 hands. Defence drifts Kurt Baker. Win has to pass it inside, under the horns.
3 for Oali Mai.
1 minute 30.
Again, that languid drop kick style of Louis, who has been brilliant. He's the man who set it up. But at 24-7, New Zealand are gone for all money.
They've been simmering under the surface all tournament, the Samoan team. You earmarked at TJ right from the get-go. They were your pick. And sure enough, it's come true.
Well, they haven't won the tournament, but they're in the final.
Yeah, he's walking to the sideline.
Just a minute and a quarter to go. And it has been a tremendous performance. They have certainly pressurised New Zealand. They have forced the errors, and they have pounced on them. Once again, Samoa get it back from the kickoff, although Tim Mickelson's come in and grabbed it. Fritz Lee's on the field. They get it away to Forbes. And New Zealand have an opportunity now. Stowers coming across. Pessamino lets him go. Forbes taken early. Well, this will probably be a yellow card, but it won't matter. Well, it should be a yellow card. In fact, it's just a penalty.
The assistant referee's in there. Shielding Stowers is never going to get around Pessamino, but he cuts in.
Number 4 with an early tackle.
Yes.
Number
That's
4, I
going to be
think
a
it was
yellow card.
Afa.
I'm going back here.
Yep.
Further.
He's just getting a bit heated under the collar.
7 white.
7 white.
Tackle.
Lifted him full.
Just stay on, TJ.
Okay, we're going to put white
Just
7
kick
in
the ball out and move on.
Hold on. 7. 7.
It's highlighted Louis, I think it is, number 7.
I'm not quite sure what he did. I thought it was...
Turn around, guys. I need number 7. Number 7, please.
This is a quick fix. We don't need this long break and play.
7's you.
Just move on.
You've lifted someone up over the horizontal. It's a yellow
He's going
card.
to go to the pocket. I think this is
that's
it here.
earlier offence, yeah, and that's fair enough.
That's very
Okay,
dangerous.
no, we're going to go with the penalty advantage here.
Repercussions maybe for Louis. The game coming up.
He could be suspended out of the final, and that would be a tremendous loss for Samoa. New Zealand are trying for a consolation, but nothing's working.
40 seconds left in this match, TJ. And Samoa have been outstanding, dominated all facets, physically and in defence.
Well, New Zealand have fought hard and fought well to get this far. They had a good win over South Africa last night, a good win against Australia, but they simply haven't fired a shot. And I think it's not just about New Zealand not able to produce their best. It's the fact that Samoa have not allowed them to. They've pressurised New Zealand brilliantly, and they have cashed in on the subsequent mistakes. Pessamino just gets rid of it.
Stand number 4.
And says to New Zealand, if you even want a consolation try, you're going to have to come from way back there.
That's a line up from the mark.
Still urgency being shown on the bench. Stowers gets the ball, and he gets Tualupe, who's on the field at the same time.
Number 5, roll.
Samoa down to 6 at the moment. Fritz Lee takes the tap. Thama fires it off to Raikambula. And here comes Mickelson, the man whose try gave New Zealand hope in the first half. But look at this tigerish defence again from Samoa. One can only hope for the sake of the spectacle that there isn't a suspension, but I rather suspect it's on the cards.
It was pretty vicious. Here go New Zealand, they're just playing for pride now.
And trying to finish the tournament off with a try. And away it goes to Baker. Gets through a rather weak tackle from Pessamino, and New Zealand's last moment of the tournament is a try to Kurt Baker. He converts, but Samoa are through to the final, and Gordon Titchens quickly across to congratulate a team that certainly deserves it.
You mentioned it, TJ. They just weren't allowed to get the ball out to their playmen such as Stowers. They were intimidated by the Samoan physicality at the breakdowns on defence. Missed opportunity, the shake of the head, but just outplayed at the end of the day.
Attention! It's finals time. The cup final for 2010 of the NZI Sevens. Coming up, Samoa and Fiji.
What a wonderful scene in Wellington, New Zealand. We've come to the final of the 2010 NZI Sevens, Samoa against Fiji. And under a beautiful evening, moonlight, beautiful still conditions. These two flags waving proudly. You see the left Samoa flag, to the right the Fijian flag, and the Maori welcome from the New Zealand people here. 35,000 paid to get in, and they've stayed for the final, but there's a dramatic backdrop to the playing of the final, because look at number 7, Lolalui. He has been suspended. Samoa have lost their captain for this game. He put the late tackle in the semi-final against New Zealand on Fritz Lee, and he's been suspended and will not play the final. Emozi Budanga will lead out the Fijian team. We presume Uali Mai will lead out Samoa. We'll have to check on that one. This Nigel Starmer-Smith is set for a classic final.
The 11th final indeed of the New Zealand Sevens, and well, just to show what a difficult title it is to win. There have been 4 different winners in the last 4 years: England, New Zealand, Samoa and Fiji. Now it's the battle of the South Sea Islands. The Westpac Stadium is rocking. The 2 unbeaten teams of the 2010 NZI Sevens, and there they are, both commanding the centre spot. And welcome to all of you watching live in that beautiful part of the world. Who will it be, Fiji or Samoa? Let's kick it off then. The referee is Andrew Lees from Australia. And to set things underway, my colleague who's seen all these finals is Keith Quinn.
And it's Uali Mai, Nigel, who is the captain, led them onto the field, and we've just received notification here in the commentary box that Lolalui is in fact suspended for 2 games. So this one and the first one next week in Las Vegas. So we've got the big forwards of Fiji on the right against the speedy guys from Samoa as this Pacific final kicks off. And there's the sign of the times, 10 minutes each way in the final. This game only. So they're starting with a bit of a disadvantage, Samoa, because Lolalui has been so much the guiding man behind their tactics on the field.
And yet, of course, someone has stepped up in his place. The man who wasn't even going to be here, only because he couldn't get a visa to play for Cornish Pirates in England. And it meant that Uali Mai was able to play here, and he's never played better than he did in the semi-final. Can he keep it up? We shall see now.
And there's Brian Limar, one of the greats of the world scene, and excited at the way his compatriots have played here in this final, no doubt. But can they do it one more time? Osia Kolinisau is through. He's a great speedster, but look at the tackle. But the handoff has come, and away goes Lutumalangi. What a lovely start for Fiji. He only got into the team to play in the Waisali Serevi role for this tournament, and my word, he's made the most of it. Lutumalangi.
What a start. Absolutely special that was. And one of the players of this season, and indeed of this tournament, Osea Kolonisau, was the man who made it up. The man who's fulfilling the role we used to remember with William Ryder. But here, well, he's in the squad, but he's on the bench. And then it's this break. And then the support play, the awareness and the support of Yuta Lutumailangi from Torola in Nandaroga.
Interesting, Nigel, the crowd here, a neutral crowd, of course, now, apart from the nationals of Fiji and Samoa. Equal chance from the New Zealanders here for these teams, both very popular in the rugby sense in New Zealand.
On my call, please. On my call.
Standing at the back there, you see Lolalui, right behind Karen Sutton, the physio, in his tracksuit, unable to play because he's suspended. Hear that chanting? Samoa, Fiji. I think the fans want a good game, and they're going to get one. Officer Treveranis. There's Michele Pessamino, hit the referee. The game's got to stop. So there he is away on the right. It was a sad moment when he came wandering round to the team warm-up and stayed apart from them, but there was a lot of sympathy for him. But he did the crime, so he has to do the time, and it's a 2-match suspension.
And what a key part when it looks back to 2007, when Lola Lui was a hero then in the same final. Remember, against Fiji, they were 17-0 up. Fiji fought their way back to get within 3 points, but Samoa hung on for their first title here in New Zealand. And here's the man who was such a masterpiece of that tournament, but missed the final. It's Uali Mai, former IRB Sevens Player of the Year. The switch ball from Paul Chantong, who's the one who's really stepped up to take the place. And the ball is tied in here. Away it comes. Here's the maestro, the great playmaker. And now the ball spun wide. They may not have the out-and-out pace, but this guy's a key. Pessamino, he's their quickest man. It's a race with Bole Mbole. And Pessamino scores the try back for Samoa. Wonderful play. A class act is this man, Mikaele Pessamino from Vailele. And it's back in the balance again. I think it's going to be an epic.
Beautiful play by Pessamino. Remember the dramatic tries he scored in that final he talked about, Nigel? And I think, if my memory serves me correctly, it was Lola Lui's dramatic late goals that he kicked, so missing some of that accuracy.
And he dropped that goal. Do you remember that, which proved wonderful. The winning score in the end, the drop goal, and he also broke his jaw. It was an eventful occasion.
And the other one you mentioned is Uali Mai. He couldn't play because he was so badly cut about the head, but he played on with bandages, swathed, and now he has gone from the sideline between the posts, all tied up at 7-all.
Well, what a masterful try and an unbelievable drop goal. Stephen Beetham could probably hardly believe it, the coach who took over from Rudy Moores in charge of the Samoan squad. The tension, the rivalry, and the crowd rapt attention.
Fiji have got to get their big man into the game. The big prop forwards, the big front row guys, Burutu, Pio Tawai and Votu, numbers 1, 2 and 3. There you'll see these big giants. Look, they're step ladder tall, these guys, and they're in the forwards, but not only are they tall, they are very coordinated, very athletic, and you see them out wide running, quick. So you see the more nuggety little shape of the Samoan players here, and there's the spark, Budango. He'll get them going to the back and going forward.
Emosi Buthango alongside Uali Mai, old rivals, great operators, wonderful exponents of sevens. This is Colony Sao again. Now the quick switch. Fiji are sharp. Buthango slips. Oh, and that's a crucial moment. It allows Samoa to perhaps make a turnover. They haven't. Colony Sao is still on hand. Referee's going to penalise. He's going to penalise Uali Mai. They just edged over the offside line. Quickly taken, or it will be. little delay. The big men, Mbrotu, and then Tuai. Look at this man, a giant of a man. Oh, nearly the subtlest of skills, almost too clever. Fa'o Saliva. These guys who know each other's game so well, but will that Fijian front row trio dominate as they did in the semi-final against England? At the moment, the dancing steps of Afa Iona. Now Uali Mai looks at the options, weighs it up, goes to Fa'o Saliva again to set it up. They pile in again, and Pessamino flips it on to Iono. Here it is in the corner. It must be for Lavasa. Rupenya Lavasa. Brilliant. Oh no, he's called back. He's called back. Forward pass, I guess.
Big disappointment for Samoa. That was a wonderful build-up of teamwork there, and they put Lavasa in the corner. But we'll look at the pass here. It must be this next one. Oh, touch and go. You be the judge. And didn't he finish it well? But unfortunately, that's not 5. Still, we're locked at 7-all.
Meters at the scrum, please.
So Pio Tawai slowly back. 3 giant coconut palms there on the Fijian side. Now you can tell Pio Tawai by the boots And still the chant going up for both teams. This is marvellous. So this time it's away from Watasonevotu. We noticed that last night. In the late games, there was a bit of slipping and sliding, a bit of dew on the grass here in Wellington. We haven't had a drop of rain. And there's a pass built forward by Pio Tawai. Remember last year the story about Tawai? He tried to lift some baggage off the carousel at Auckland Airport and did his back. So he couldn't play in the tournament here. But what a comeback. 12 months on, he's in the final here and a vital part of the Fijian team. We've got 2.5 minutes to play in the first half and it's, well, nothing in it. And so now it's Ualimai to set Samoa going again.
Pops it up once more into the hands of Lavasa. Goes for the drive through the middle. All about handling, and that's the letdown, the little knock on there. Lets Fiji off the hook. The intensity of it, it's hard to put it into words, but the tempo of the game, the absolute total commitment and determination.
He's the biggest guy in the Samoan team, Samaika Maikaeli, 1.95 tall, that's 6'4", and he's dwarfed by 3 on the other side.
Vithango changes the options. There's going to be pressure here, the pace of the men going back. These guys, the fitness levels, all the training on the sand dunes and the beaches, and he's dived over the top. So it will be a breakout chance for Samoa. Mikaele Pessamino just slows things down with Ualimai.
Tremendous player, Vithango, the volleyball player when he's not a rugby sevens player. And there's off the side of the boot over the sideline.
I was just thinking.
And just mention again of the red armbands on the Fiji team in support of the restoration of Haiti.
6.
I just thought for a moment you can say he was a basketball player. The front 3 might be, but not Vithango.
Yeah, not Vithango,
volleyball's different.
I saw a bit of volleyball earlier today. The ball bouncing around in the hands. He's a tremendously skillful player. There's Trevor Ennis. Used to play in Ireland over on the west in Connaught.
Side. 2.
Referee Andrew Lees has done all of the big finals really in the last year or so. And again, they're going to have the kick for sideline restart. No, they're not. Pessamino. He's put it into space. Now, where is the cover? Where's the rover? It's Vithango. Was that man in front? He was.
He was.
Offside. He was in front of Vithango's kick. Here's a chance late in the half. 15 seconds to play till half time. Ualimai. Crafty little bloke. He got 3 tries in the semi-final. Mikaele wide outside to Rupeni Lavasa. And it's a second chance gone begging.
What a half. So nearly here, going into half-time with the lead. What a boost that would have been, so nearly. But they're going to play the touch, despite the 10 minutes being up. And of course, the decision was given. So the referee who's called Pio Tuai, they don't want to play any more of this half. So on a knife edge. But what excitement! What a final we have again here.
All wrapped up at the break. A try and a conversion each. It's 7-all. The Battle of the Pacific.
Stephen Beetham there, done a wonderful job. Bear in mind that last season Samoa didn't make a single final, but they bounced back with him this season to win much better performances than before. Not to win a cup final, but to make one in George, where they lost to imperious New Zealand. And here are Fiji with Ilyesa Tanevula. They, of course, won the back end of last season in Edinburgh and the cup final in Hong Kong as well, to end up second. And now, who's it to be?
Big flag wavers, these two nations, and the Samoa Tulai, the national anthem of Samoa. One of the lines is, "Behold the stars on the waving banner, a sign Samoa can lead." And on the Fiji national anthem, the words, "We stand united under the noble banner blue." They love to wave the flags and be proud, and they're very proud of their teams right at this moment, locked up as the second half is set to go. Ofisa Kolinisau. And we know you're enjoying this knife-edge battle in the Pacific. And away we go for the second half. It's Fiji as Lola Lui sadly watches from the sideline, suspended and unable to play in this final here in Wellington. Trevor Ennis, sorry, that's beautiful break there by Saliva, but great covering by Mbete. Now this is the policeman brought into the team for this tournament. Fantastic running. Beautiful play by Lutumalangi. The pace is critical. Emoji Gudango goes against the tide, and he's away.
The tries there. Emosi Butango, the captain, recently celebrating the arrival of a baby daughter Anne. The man from Nandronga has broken the stalemate in a spectacular style. That's one of a classical Fijian style involving so many of the team. The hands were good, and then the smallest man by far in their team is the one who raced away with that extra pace.
Lutumalangi went to make a big pass, didn't he? And then Budango came against the tide, came against where all the Samoan runners thought the ball was heading to, and that opened up the gap, and he walked on down to score, and they lead now by 14-7. Long way to go. Colin Nassau kicks out.
So can Samoa bounce back. The ball is in touch. It gives Samoa the throw, but they'd rather have had it in the hands straight off. Two teams who love to counter-attack from deep. 14-7, remember, it's a 10-minute half. And there, Ali Ferretti Malo and Ilyesa Tanevula wait on. Whose day will it be? Two teams who have won this title in the last 4 years. In front of the Samoan posts. This is the strength. These two teams great at the ruck and more. Michaelis gets it away. The reverse pass is brave, but dangerous from Fao Saliva. Referee says didn't go forward. So they come again. Michaeli just building it up here. Uali Mai, the man with the vision. The long feed again. Have they got the pace though? That's so much speed in the Fijian defence. And in a way, that's one of the problems for them, not having Lola Lui, one of their quicker men. But they're still going. Chad Tung and Dunn, they drive. Playing advantage for offside. Advantage is over. Now, can they create? This is Lavasa, who's been, well, he's really stepped up in this tournament. And they get a penalty here as well. So coming in at the side. Referee is given a penalty, and it'll be Afa Ayono who will leave it, I think, for Ualimai. Samoa, well, how they've bounced back from a poor season. The best was one cup semi-final this season, runners-up in Dubai. Take semi-finalists in George, but this is another ball game against their keenest of rivals. This is the drive of Aflapoti Fao Saliva, driving back for the first time in this half into the Fijian 22. It comes to Iono. It goes wide again. They've got 3 against 3. And it's Ali Mai. He's inspired in this final, as he was in the semi. The chance is on here, just short from Pessamino, I think. And it's behind the line. And Fiji can sigh a relief. Just went forward.
Time off call here. The referee's going to attend to an injury, is it? Or substitution? But Uali Mai has really come into his own. There was questions about whether he'd be fit enough, sharp enough for sevens when he came here because he's had a few weeks off. But Stephen Beetham called him up and said, can you play? He's come along. He didn't start in the first game, came off the bench, and he's just played his way in. Crowd absorbed. It's tense for everyone, especially the followers of Samoa and Fiji. And coming onto the field now is Numaya Thakathaka. He's got Numuli on the back of his shirt, but that's his other name.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Number 1.
And away goes Lutumalangi.
That it?
So here's Thakathaka. Now, another man heading off.
Yeah, it's Mbarotu, and I think they'll bring on Thakau Nivalu. They have an option here which just not in any sense weaken the team.
Straight. Couch! Touch!
Send on the replacements one at a time, Nigel. We get a bit more breathing time.
On my foot. Both.
They stop the clock, certainly. Here we go.
Pause.
This Colina Sal's worked so hard out in the midfield. Oh, big scrum push coming through with Dango. Ever alert to the opportunities. And it's a chance for them now to tap and go.
No. You roll first. You move first.
William Ryder is onto the field. He must have sneaked on. Beautiful player of the game. One of the finest players we've seen on the circuit. He hasn't found touch, so he's handed the possession over now to Mai. And he brings it up in his measured way, as usual. Gets into caught by Ryder, who's chased up his own kick. And now it's Saliva. Swung away now through Upper Ione. Now to Pessamino. Oh, fumble by Lavasa. No, that's Yosua is on. Now here's Ryder. Watch his feet. Now he's decided on the kick. So just a little bit of an untidy play there. It's got the guys on the sideline on their feet. And in the background, Lolalui, the captain, not able to play.
Well, the tension mounts. It's only one converted try between them, but it's Fiji with the edge. Fiji, who came up to the highest of standards last season to challenge New Zealand. Here they come now. Another score could decide it. The chase is on with Kaloni Sao against Pessamino. Pessamino has to go down, wants to get on his feet again to release it. And great support, but it's not enough. The referee says a knock on by Fiji. Uali Mai, how did he get back there? Pessamino was totally isolated, but it's a knock on by Fiji. And so Samoa have a chance to counter as the clock ticks down. 4 minutes, just under to play. The pace here, unrelenting. The energy required after 2 days of such intense competition. And these big men up front, Saramaya Mbrotu, Pio Tuai, and now Setefano Thakau. Well, they have certainly, and in just looking up as I was saying that, off goes Uali Mai to get a bit of a respite, and Paul Chantong is the man to take his place at the moment. It's Yosua acting scrum half.
In the same tunnel. Still blue.
Still Samoa again. Set again, says referee Andrew Lees. Well, rapt attention of the crowd, knowing this is still on a knife edge. Yosua under pressure. Now the breakout, the short side is Pessamino on the cut. He goes through and backs himself in the chase. Vathango's the sweeper for Fiji at the back. Clever little player, isn't he? And he's got away from Pessamino. Now he's going himself. Tries the slick reverse pass, but it wasn't slick enough, and it's picked up instead by Thakathaka Rokumbuli. That's Ryder for you. The Serevi-like brilliance. Now 3-1 wide if they can use it. It goes on via Thakathaka, the kick and the chase. Kaloni Sao, the hero for Fiji.
Has he given it? Yes, he has.
The try is given. He looks to the heavens. And little Osea Kaloni Sao, my and probably yours too, Keith, man of the tournament, has scored in every round, and he perhaps here has brought the triumph home to the wonderful Fijian South Sea Islands.
Plays for the Covenant Brothers club in Suva. They'll be very proud right now. The rover in the midfield has done so much, but he's mostly he teams up with the big forwards here and is waiting out wide. Then the little bump and run. They think the try was awarded, but did he make contact? Forget about the downward pressure thing. You've got to have control when the try is scored. So maybe the torso counts. Yes, it does. Through the hands onto the torso. That's good enough.
That's fair. Oh, what a performance, what a semi he played, what a final now. And that might just be the decisive moment, but there are still just under 2 minutes to play. Don't count anyone out yet. Don't certainly say Fiji have lost. We've seen them come back at the death.
So Ryder's taken over the kicking. Interesting, Ryder, a former soccer player. Colin Nassau, also a former soccer player. When he switched to rugby, he never thought he'd be any good at the game. They parked him out on the wing, and look at him now. Oh, here's a nice run by Fautua. Otto for Samoa, man inside, give the ball to Pessamino, shut the gate. Now if they take the kick quickly, they're in touch.
What a final again. Fiji must have sort of sat back and thought 19-7, that looks good enough, but never count out Samoa.
And now it is not. What a game. Fautono Otto just onto the field. He didn't think he could see Pessamino. The crowd is in a tumult here, but he knew the man would be somewhere, and he flicked it inside with a look-away pass. And there it is, 19-14 now. Chance for Samoa to win it.
30 seconds to go.
Rock! Pessamino. Samaika Mikaeli. Oh, here they come for Osaliva. These are tough men. We have gone to the mountaintop in this game.
Back!
Out it comes again. Samoa running it. The title in the balance. Otto. He held on. He didn't pass that time. Yes, he has. Lavasa has lost it forward. Scrum. Huda goes. Game is over. Fiji wins it. What a game. 19-14.
Well, incredible. The jubilation for Fiji. They've avenged that defeat of 17-14 when it went the other way to Samoa just, and now what a performance. Two outstanding teams and an outstanding final. They gave everything, and they gave the crowd a final yet again here in Wellington that we'll never forget.
And what a compliment to the Sevens game. No wonder the skyrockets are flying into the night sky. What a compliment to the excitement of the running passing version of rugby this final has been. It took two Polynesian teams to do it, and they turned it on for us. We go to the sideline now. Here's Willie Losay.
Yeah, thanks, Keith. Elisa Tanevula, what's going through your mind at the moment?
Mate, great effort with the boys, awesome final, and credit to Samoan team, they pushed us, and, wouldn't have asked for more from the boys.
What was the message at halftime? You went in, locked up. What did you need to do to make sure that you could get across the line?
Yeah, we just needed to be patient with the pill, just throw it around and, look for gaps, and credit to the boys, I'm speechless, mate.
A couple of young guys that you have brought in, and they certainly learnt as the tournament progressed as well.
Yeah, good introduction for them, Wellington, one of the biggest tournaments in the series, so, they really performed, and hopefully to step up from here.
For those lucky of us enough to have been to your beautiful country, this is going live back home. Have you got a message for the thousands of fans, rather, back home in Fiji?
Yeah, to everyone back home, it's been marvellous with the boys, and thanks for your support and for your prayers.
Go and enjoy the moment. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Yeah, a happy coach there in Elias Tanevula. And just a little interesting thought as we think back on another wonderful final. So Samoa and Fiji have met 7 times in a cup final, and it's gone alternately every time. The last time they met in a cup final was in London 2 years ago. Samoa won, so it was almost in the stars that Fiji would come back and win it again to keep it even.
In the stars of under the Southern Cross, Nigel, absolutely. And wasn't that a lovely moment? Just a little last couple of words from Tanevula, the coach. He broke up Tears flooded his eyes as he walked away. But I think Stephen Beetham, in the smoke and in the haze, can be very proud of his boys. Of course they'll be disappointed. Look at Osea Kolonisau. He didn't think he'd be any good at rugby, and look at this.
Do you know, he never touched a rugby ball till he was 14 either. So there's a lesson to the youngsters who might be listening and watching.
So the Sevens world is watching. And of course, two very deeply Christian countries, prayers now and tears, and well, the kind of look on Lola Lui's face that you might see on Easter Island. They're just dreadfully disappointed.
It's heartbreaking.
But he was suspended, and he has to do the time, and he'll miss the first game in Las Vegas. But this is a moment of reflection.
Beautiful haunting sound of the Fijian Islanders, and something that one hears in the hotel corridors. They have prayer sessions, a deeply religious group of men, as indeed are the Samoans, who will be bitterly disappointed, but my goodness, they have plenty to be proud of. And it was 19 points to 14. That's all, just one score between them at the end of two wonderful days that show again what a wonderful sport of sevens it is. And this is going to be repeated just in a week's time in the amazing setting of Las Vegas. And of course it's now, if you weren't aware of it, I'm sure you are, that it is now to be an Olympic sport, and what a joy we will have.
And there's Kolonisau's try. Didn't get his hands on the ball, his torso did the scoring. Forget about that business of downward pressure. It's not in the law book. It's an expression that we started to talk about, and it's been carried on. And there's the presentations being made for the disappointed Samoan players, but I hope they hold their heads up. They should be very proud that they've played this knife edge final. And there's Louis, captain of the team, coach Stephen Beetham. These are good men of rugby, and they deserve accolades for doing their country and themselves proud here today.
Brian Lima, he could play.
The chiropractor.
Ladies and gentlemen,
he could tackle. Remember that tackle in the World Cup in Melbourne? He knocked the South African sideways. Well, he did knock him sideways.
4 World Cups. 4 World Cups. 5 even. Just to mention too, on these occasions, well, they've had a wonderful sponsor here in NZI, celebrating 150 years as New Zealand's leading insurance company, and Carl Armstrong, the Executive General Manager, is there alongside John Sturgeon, the President of the New Zealand Rugby Union. And well, this is a tournament that not just Wellington but New Zealand can be truly proud of. It never ever lets you down.
We've had some marvellous finals, and this one is right up there with them. There's Iliesa Tanibula. Remember, he played rugby in Auckland for a long time, played for New Zealand at sevens, by the way. Fiji has won 2 Rugby World Cup sevens title. That's a World Cup. This is the World Series, the Grand Prix style series. And there's Emosi Budango, who's the captain. And soon the Gold Cup will be raised in triumph. And top marks go to Fiji for this one. So here we come up to the podium again. Everybody's up, and deservedly so. It's been a pleasure to see them play. And so there it is. Fiji, with this victory, have gone up to second on the points table of the series after 3 events of 8. New Zealand still lead with 64 from Fiji now, just 4 behind. And in third place at Samoa, 4th is England, 5th now Australia, and 6th is Kenya. Been a great pleasure to be with you. Watch again next week from Las Vegas. On behalf of Nigel Starmer-Smith and John Macbeth and Andrew Saville and Greg Clark, great to be with you from Westpac Stadium in Wellington.